Man, I'm going to movie critic hell for this one. Hey everybody, I'm Geno Reynolds from The Real Geno, and today we're going to be taking a look at Martin Scorsese's Silence, starring Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, and Liam Neeson. Set in 17th century Japan, two Catholic missionaries face the ultimate test of faith when they travel to Japan in search for their missing mentor at a time when Catholicism was outlawed and their presence forbidden. As a fan of Martin Scorsese's work, I was pretty hopeful that I was going to like this movie. Unfortunately for me, it was just okay. Don't get me wrong, when this movie is on, it's really on. But when it's off, it's damaging. The biggest thing that worked for me was the entire atmosphere. Something that Scorsese does well in his movies is capture the look and feel of wherever or whatever he is shooting. This movie does not fail to deliver in this. As someone that uses movies to escape the real world for a while, the imagery that this movie gives you will help with that. I'll get to the bad part of this in a bit, but for the most part, the performances in this were pretty good. Though the marketing for this movie will tell you different, this is Andrew Garfield's movie and not Liam Neeson's. By the way, those expecting a lot of Neeson in this will be pretty disappointed. He's only in about 30 minutes of this movie. I have this feeling that the filmmakers didn't feel Garfield would be enough of a draw to get people to see it, so they plastered Neeson all over the marketing. That being said, it's a Scorsese film, so people were gonna watch it. I think what really hurt this movie was its length. While there were some really great scenes in this, I felt that some of them dragged on way too long. I know that the filmmakers were trying to make this movie as emotional and raw as possible, but some of the scenes would have been just as effective in shorter form. Honestly, if the final act would have been cut by about 20 or 30 minutes, it would have helped tremendously because it is by far the weakest part of the movie. Now, I mentioned that most of the performances were good. A huge problem with this movie is, I guess you could call him the villain. The Inquisitor needed to be at least a little menacing, but the performance just came off as silly. Now, I understand why the filmmakers would not want to make him menacing, and that's fine, but when the actor's delivery comes off as a mix of Finster from The Usual Suspects and the Bishop from The Princess Bride, this leads to some unintentional laughs in a movie that really needed to stay serious pretty much the entire time. Lastly, to the critics that are calling this one of Scorsese's best movies ever, I'm sorry, there is no way. I know you love the man, and I love a lot of his work too, but there is no way that this movie should receive a perfect score from anyone. Before you say anything, I know that how much someone likes a movie is in the eye of the beholder, but there is no way to ignore this movie's problems. As a critic, I can't give a filmmaker a pass of perfection just because he's considered a legend. Like I said, where this movie works, it really works, and I'm glad I saw it. That being said, this is one I don't think I'd ever watch again. It's an okay film, but not the masterpiece it is being made out to be. As always, thank you so much for watching. What did you think of Silence? Feel free to comment on it down below, give this video a like, and subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel. But remember, it's only just one guy's opinion. I'm Geno Reynolds from The Real Geno. Until next time.